Big Ten coaches have been secretly pushing for a 24-team playoff. Maybe not too secretly, but it's not been something they've been outright in the media about. And the SEC coaching stars are starting to jump ship to join them. The national media wants you to think that this is just a blip on the radar because they want the playoffs to stay at 12 or 16 teams out there, since that is what Sankey wants. And a lot of them just don't want to do the work of having to cover Iowa and other teams that they have never had any interest in covering before. But man, if you thought college football couldn't get any crazier, buckle up. We've got breaking momentum for a 24-team college football playoff, and it's not just the Big Ten brass floating the idea anymore. SEC blue blood coaches are quietly climbing on board. So here's the straight scoop on what is actually happening right now. You see, back in February, Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti and his crew put together this internal memo that's been circulating among athletic directors and head coaches. Pete Thamel put it out there. It was leaked to him. He put it out there. And the pitch was for the straight up 24-team playoff format as a compromise that could kick in 2029. Now, if you've been listening to the Big Ten Huddle before February, you already knew all of this because we talked about this multiple times. It just confirmed everything we were talking about. We're talking about a 23-team at-large bid plus one automatic qualifier for Group of 5. No more conference championship games required, extra on-campus home games in the early rounds, and basically nuking a bunch of the traditional bowl tie-ins. Petitti's been clear he wants this bad. The Big Ten sees it as a way to protect their depth, reward the regular season, and keep the money flowing where it belongs. Because if we're being honest, the regular season has really only been rewarded for one conference over others for the past decade or two. Now, the wild part that the national media barely wants to admit is that the SEC coaches are starting to echo the same tune. Kirby Smart at Georgia came out and said he is certainly for, that's a quote, certainly for expansion. And Tennessee's Josh Heupel flat out backed the 24-team playoff idea in a recent On3 interview. These aren't fringe voices. These are guys with winning programs who have been to the playoffs. Publicly, the SEC was locked in at 16 teams, but behind the scenes, there are coaches and even athletic directors signaling they're done with the current squeeze. Some, like Smart, are acting like 16 or 24 is fine, but he has to do that. He has to say that to try and appease Greg Sankey. They want more access for their bubble teams too, which means more money, which means more recognition, which means less coaches being fired and getting out of their $1 million jobs, especially knowing the 9-game conference schedule will expose a lot of that. Look, this isn't some rumor I pulled out of thin air, anything like that. Multiple reports, ESPN, CBS, On3 have confirmed internal documents in the cross-conference chatter. The Presidential Oversight Committee is already meeting on it, and the financials have ESPN and Fox salivating over the extra games and the TV rights that would come with it. Why does this feel truly like it's game-changing for the Big Ten? It flips the entire power structure and finally gives our conference the credit and access it deserves, something the national media has been downplaying for years, and with their tired SEC bias, saying, well, if the SEC goes to 9 conference games, it's just going to be so difficult. All of them should get into the playoffs at this point. Right now, the 12-team setup leaves the Big Ten teams on the outside looking in, especially with the narrative out there about the depth of the SEC and all these other things. Although that might change with the SEC's 9-game conference schedule, it is guaranteed in some ways to change with the 24-team expansion. Imagine a 2025 style season where we had 6 or 7 Big Ten squads with legit claims. Under 24 teams, more of those bubble squads get in without having to win the whole conference, and more games matter in November. I think that is something that not a lot of people talk about enough, is more games matter in November. Same for the SEC. It rewards the regular season grind, and it gives more teams later in the season something to play for. We all love the Big Ten. We all love the SEC. We all love we don't love the SEC, but you know what I mean. We love high caliber college football. But here's where it gets really interesting. Utah's old head coach, Kyle Whittingham, who obviously is now running the show at Michigan, is not afraid to be the contrarian. He is in favor of the 16-team playoff, but does see things changing when what he calls a super league forms with 48 to 60 teams. He called the timeline 2 or 5 years. Recently, he doubled down with it as well. Essentially, this would be the potential format of a breakaway from the NCAA with the Big Ten and the SEC. They govern themselves. The NCAA is no longer involved, and you have your own commissioner. Here is a quick example of what it would look like. This is not necessarily a prediction, just like an example of kind of what it would look like. 24 teams in each conference. Whittingham said it was thrown out there 48 to 60 teams, but this was the best I could do with 24 for each, for being honest. A super league like this sounds good on paper, but think about it. If the Big Ten and the SEC keep gobbling up talent and programs, ACC realignment rumors are swirling again. If both leagues keep expanding and then align on playoff rules, it starts sounding exactly like the Big Ten SEC merger that we've discussed and dissected right here on this channel for months. One massive power conference in its own TV deal, its own rules, and everyone else fighting for scraps. The Super League isn't some like sci-fi idea. I've heard some people be like, oh, this is just a harebrained, conspiracy guy over here. It's not. It's one of the most logical next steps in the 24 team push that gains real traction, and people are really talking about it, like Kyle Whittingham. Is it guaranteed? No, of course not. Nothing's guaranteed in college football these days. But insider chatter is that a lot of power conference coaches on both sides are exhausted with the current model. The NIL arms race, transfer portal chaos, and the grind of chasing the 12-team playoff, which teams are not getting enough recognition for making the playoff. The coaches feel like. One anonymous Big Ten athletic director told reporters this week that he says, quote, the train has left the station, end quote, there on expansion talks. Here's the big question for all of you watching right now. This is what I want your opinion on. Is this 2014 playoff actually a win for the Big Ten? Or with SEC coaches shifting their thought process, is that because they could see this as a win for them? Drop your take in the comments, especially if you think the Big Ten is finally getting the respect it deserves, or if you smell some SEC, kind of favor trap going on here. I read every single comment, and I really appreciate you guys. Is this guaranteed to happen? Not yet. The SEC as a conference still leans the 16-team playoff officially. They still have contracts for their conference championship game. But when the biggest coaches are breaking ranks and the money guys see dollar signs, momentum starts to build fast. We could see a formal proposal by summer and a vote before the 2027 season. Bottom line, this isn't just adding more teams. It could add more teams, but it's actually rewriting who matters and how the sport is run. The Big Ten's been out front, but the fact that the SEC stars are joining in the chorus and joining in all of this talk as well tells me we're watching the birth of something much, much bigger. And here at the Big Ten Huddle, we'll give you the unfiltered truth and insider angles on the mainstream outlets just will not give you. And that's the latest on the 24-team playoff bombshell, where Whittingham stands on the Super League vision, how that fits in. Let me know. What do you think? Good for the Big Ten? Too much change out there? 24 teams, is it too many? I think a lot of people have that stance right now. Drop it in the comments. If you're new here and tired of the national bias, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on the bell. You won't miss the deeper Big Ten analysis. You won't get anywhere else.